Peace, y'all. Welcome to my channel, Ida the Eye. Hope you're doing okay. It's the evening time right now, probably about 10:30 or so. I'll probably have it in the title of the video, the time. But I'm gonna be talking to y'all today about a download I got about poisoning. Okay, so this is something I've known about for a while. I've actually done a video about it before on my other channel, Ida the Intuitive. And so on that channel, the reading is called When You Finally Meet the Wizard of Oz. And this is kind of gonna be not even a reiteration of it, because I feel like I was very metaphorical with that one. But this one is just going to be me letting you know what I know and ways to prevent this, to give people a chance to be able to protect themselves from this. Because I feel like, especially if you're a performer, a dancer, a singer, and you work in the industry, the entertainment industry, this is something that is used as a way to kind of cause people difficulties, you know, like keep people from thriving, keep people from being able to be up and do what they need to do. And so this poisoning to me feels like it's rotten food. So I have gotten the impression that people are keeping rotten food, letting it decompose, and then finding some way to put it into other people's food items. So you might say, well, how are they getting it in there? So this is when it gets weird, because people, and I feel like this may be even like, it almost feels like classified information, to be honest. And this is something that I have been through and continue to deal with and have found ways to combat it. But it doesn't really feel escapable. And it feels like this is a big thing that has kind of been underlying and happening for a long time. And so something that I mentioned is thrush. So I was talking about thrush, and you may have heard me talk about it before. And thrush is when you have kind of cuts on the side of your mouth. And so it'll kind of look like a red cut, like the gum is exposed underneath. And then when you open your mouth, it hurts to open your mouth. And then what may come with that is being really tired. Feeling honestly sick. It can honestly make you feel like your body is trying to fight a cold, something like that. But thrush is a big way to be able to tell if this is happening to you, you know, and it may not resonate with everyone, but I feel like especially for my performers, because I've been in an experience where people who know that I perform or have performed in the past and just have animosity towards me have been using this towards me. And so, you know, it can even be like, it can go in food, and it can also go in your beauty products or in your care products, right? So in your toothpaste, in your hair oils, right? And the reality is, if you let it go long enough, you can really be sick and die. I'm just being honest, but it is preventable. It is preventable, and there are ways that you can cure it. Who all is doing it? I feel like it may be a tactic. Something about it being an army tactic is coming through. I know I haven't gotten started with the cards yet, but this is just what's on my mind so far. I'll start shuffling to see what comes out. But it's like, I just want to talk about it because I'm sick of feeling that way. I was so shocked when I really realized what it was. People may blame you and say, oh, it's because you don't eat well, or, you're not eating the right things. That's why you're dealing with that. Or, oh, it's because you have tooth issues. And that's why, right? A lot of reasons to cover up. But the reality is that I feel like there are people who either get bribed to do this, or there's like some sort of strange organization that does this to people. So I had some questions that I wanted Spirit to help me answer. So the first question is, why is it done? I kind of already said, but I just feel like the cards as confirmation is helpful, because I feel like also people are going to believe that this is not real. Like, why would anybody do that? What's the point of doing that? It's a sneaky way. It's a sneaky way to cause somebody distress, just like you hear about people wanting to hold you back, blah, blah, blah. This is that. So we have the Ten of Pentacles here. Legacy. Somebody's legacy, people. When you have an important legacy, a big legacy, there's going to be people who want to stop it, right? With the World card. And I feel like that can go in so many different ways. And we hear a lot of things about the entertainment industry and how people get hurt and betrayed and all these things. And this is a part of that. When you have something you're working on, you have a lot of money, or you're in a position where you're starting to make a lot of money, or you're in a position where you know things, right? I feel like psychics need to be aware of this as well. Because when we have this knowledge and people find out that we have it, they don't like that. And, there's a sense of bravery when it comes to being a psychic, honestly, because I'm not going to really go into all that I know and all the people that I know, deal with this, but also do this to others. But it's some of your faves. And I feel like there's also a level of like, what status you're at. What is your status? Sometimes it's like, get the ones that are just starting out, or sometimes get the one at the top, get the one that you just don't like. But it's really about legacy. It's really about what you offer, what you bring to the table, what you do for work, if you have money in your family. But it can be, sometimes it's just because literally folks don't like ya. And they notice you're doing well. They notice, that you're beautiful or handsome. They notice that, you're doing something well for yourself. They notice that you're in the public eye. They saw you perform that time, all that. And then they get you involved with this kind of shit. And yes, there are ops, there are people out there, and I'm hearing organization that want you to be ended. But this can happen in your family if you've been having any kind of suspicions about your family doing this to you, because it's honestly easy. It can be rotten food, it can be small bits of urine, and it can also be remnants of feces as well. And it can be that it's not obvious. So it can be like, you don't see it, you can't tell. You might notice the food tastes a little different, the drink tastes a little different. Let me just Palos, I'm gonna keep the Palo Santo going. And so, I'm picking up a situation you could live with people who, say they want the best for you, but then they're doing this behind your back. Okay? It could be somebody you need a leg up from. That's what I'm seeing with this knee right here, needing a leg up, right? So it can also, I mean, it causes your brain issues when you're ingesting these things. Okay? When you're ingesting these things, like, it's for real. I also want to say something about relationship here. People who have strong and powerful relationships with each other, right? The it couple. Two people that it's like everybody, you know, that whole thing. And somebody not wanting that to be. And I know that this is hard to learn if you're watching this reading and getting the confirmation for the first time. So I understand. I want you to breathe. And I want you to know that there's honestly quick fixes to help you defeat the feeling and defeat the sickness. But I know also that the betrayal and the feeling of betrayal lasts longer. So I know how you're feeling. I understand. What's this here? Yes, grief. And the Ace of Swords. Yes. Because it's like you wouldn't believe. I know. You would be like, why would anybody ever want to do this to somebody, right? Like, I just don't understand who has the energy, who has the time. Let me tell you something. People will, if you know about gang stalking, people will follow you. Let's say you're leaving things in your car, you know what I mean? Or you just get a fresh batch of groceries. And these folks know about you. They will follow you, park in the same parking lot as you, wait while you go into the store. They have the tools to open your car up, and they'll get right into your stuff while you're in the next store. And I've experienced it before. And it's hard to catch. It can be people that you don't know who are being bribed by somebody you do know. And only if you don't catch it in this particular case, can it then result in you being sick and ending up dying. And so as long as you catch it, you'll be okay. And there are ways, but it's just like, you know, I've seen it happen and I've lived it my whole life, to be honest with you, and wasn't aware until recently. So I'm just letting you know, I know how it go. Yeah. So you're not paranoid. You might be feeling paranoid, a feeling of paranoia, or not quite understanding, like, why am I feeling this way? It could be thrush. It definitely could be thrush sickness from poisoning. So here's another thing I was getting, that this is honestly an ancient practice. This is an ancient, long-lasting thing that people do. Like, it's so simple. It's so simple. You know, we are not supposed to eat things that are decomposed or things that have gone through our body and come out of our anus, our Scorpio side, our ass, you know? So it's like, but it's like a very easy way to catch your enemy. But I know it's like, I had to talk about it because it's like, I cannot stand And so, and also, you know, let's get into the beauty aspect of it, because I feel like women go for it for the beauty aspect, right? And I've talked about this before, beauty as collateral. In the entertainment industry, you want to be beautiful, you want to be fit. Like, not only will it mess up your face, mess up your teeth as well, brushing. I literally had somebody recently poison my toothpaste with sugar. When your toothpaste isn't supposed to crunch like you're eating a Ricola. Just the other day, and I had just bought the toothpaste, went into another store, and now I have sugar in my toothpaste. You see what I'm saying? But so this is an ancient practice. I'm getting wives that need to get rid of their husbands, for better or for worse, because he's an evil man, or because they're just evil. It's evil. It's honestly evil, but it feels very ancient to me. And here's the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Yes. And then the King of Coins coming out sideways. It can also mess up your body. It can make you gain weight. It can really make you gain weight because your body is trying to process something that's not supposed to be eaten, give you a belly. And for for somebody I'm picking up, and I was picking this up the other day, parents will do this to their children, not being aware that when they get old and they need somebody, their children is going to do it to them. They don't want to talk about that. But it's like there's a resentment in that, because it's like it's a purposeful way to hold somebody back and cause them suffering. You know, and let's be real, it's like the way food is already, the levels of food, the kinds of food you're able to get is based off of the amount of money that you're making. I kind of was also picking up that for some, when you get to a certain status, this is kind of like child's play. Like when you get to a certain level and have enough money, it's easy for you to just buy another one. Or it's easy for you to just, you know, you may already know, or it's easy for you to be in a position where your home is so secure nobody can get in. People will come into your homes if they have a way to do so. And then I was picking up something about being poisoned in your sleep. Bless you, I just heard. So if it's like in your sleep, like I literally don't exactly know how somebody could do that. But again, let me tell you right now how you can prevent it. Alcohol is a good way. You can do a hot toddy, something like lemon, honey, whiskey or something like that, or just a shot. It definitely helps. I've heard artists kind of like certain musicians in their music like allude to this about drinking to clear things out. And I'm feeling also something about an army tactic. I have family who were in the army, so I feel like they went through this for different reasons. And that's why certain people in my family used to say, like, all you got to do is just, if you have a cold, you know, drink this really quick and it'll get rid of it immediately. And I'm like, you're a drunk. You know, like, you just want to drink. And it's like, they may be, but also, like, there's another purpose for it. And alcohol can help. I've also talked about there's something called Aztec clay that you can put a little sprinkle of. It tastes really good in, you can put it in a lot of different things. If you can stomach it, put it in water. but it can go in a lot of different things. And it kind of has like a very rooty taste. Root, like minerals kind of. And it's basically is minerals. And you may have also heard about it. You can put it on your face. It's really good for getting rid of pimples. It's like this ancient clay that's really helpful in healing. And I don't, you can't really see my Mother Earth stature, but I feel like it's that thing of like God gave us what we need to deal with certain things. And Aztec clay is also really, really good. When it comes to the beauty products, child, I'm still trying to find ways to deal with that, because it's kind of like that's harder. Like I'm not ingesting it. So putting something in my body to kill the bacteria doesn't work exactly the same. I guess long term it does. But yeah. Yeah. So I'm saying, you know, if you've been feeling like, oh, my face does not break out like this, or why am I feeling like my face is hella irritated? Consider this as being a thing. My face is burning. Like, why? This product usually works for me. It doesn't anymore. Okay. So then we have the Knight of Cups here. Yes. So here's the reality of it, dude. I mean, this is not something, I'm not the happiest to talk about it, because I feel like in some cases it's one of those things of like the frequency of frequently. Damn, why am I hearing? Okay, so that's a side note. Look, we run it up frequently, frequently, freak. There's a lot of people around me that just think I'm a weird ass bitch right now, especially while growing this channel. And a lot of people who know me as a performer for what I've done in the past, or the things I worked on in the past, and the community I used to be around, know that I'm doing this now and they don't like that. And it really ramped up when I started doing this. So I am taking a chance by talking about it. But it's like, if you can't avoid it anyways, I mean, it's like if I wasn't aware, I would be dead already. Because there was a time that I came very, very close to dying from being unaware of all the extra bacteria I was taking in. That's just a reality. And I don't like seeing people suffer like this just because people are petty. Because at the core, it's petty. It's play. This is an easy way to hold you back. This is an easy way to make you tired. This is an easy way to fuck your face up. And y'all know I don't play about my face, okay? Like, regardless of the clothes that I put on, I don't play about my face. My Taurus Libra ass doesn't play about my fucking face. And my skin, I don't play. So that shit makes me mad. And it's purposeful. And then when you know that there's women behind it who think that, oh, that man likes you, I'm about to make sure you don't look good when he meets you type shit. It's so petty. But people can die if they don't know. More Palo Santo. Watch out for men who will do this to you. Men who are in spite of you for whatever reason, because you're not interested in them. Whatever, they will do it as well. You see how she's letting the fly out of the fucking cookie jar? Okay. And so that's why donations are greatly appreciated if this is resonating with you. Donations are greatly appreciated. You can go into the description box and see where you can donate to me in the case that, you know, this is really helping somebody realize something and they have something they're willing to offer. That's helpful, because it's like I'm still fighting this and like do not have enough support. Like, it's been really hard. That's just the reality. It's been really hard. And I know there's a lot of people who are dealing with this. Like, it's not me trying to play victim, but just that, like, donations are greatly appreciated. Okay. You can, but especially it's like if you have a lot of people in your town that don't like you anymore. So it's like it could be people who, you know, just old friends you disconnected from, or you're in that community where it's like folks just don't fuck with you type shit. That can be something that happens. Yeah, because it is disgusting. It's disgusting. You may feel sick. There can be some nausea. And there's a greediness. I'm seeing this smile on this man's face right here, if you can see that. A smugness. There's a smugness. I feel like there's also a thing of like our secret isn't out yet. People still think it's a secret that this is happening. And it's not. It's really not. It really, it isn't. You know what I mean? It isn't. And I think people are also done being embarrassed about it as well. I feel like it can be this thing of like you put a lot of pressure on yourself. I don't take good enough care of myself. I'm not good enough, and that's why I look crazy. That's why my mouth's fucked up and stuff. And it's like, no, people will go behind your back. That's something, it's like we all, I feel like, have to learn that at some point in our lives. Not everyone can be trusted. And even people we feel like we can trust, sometimes we have to keep an eye on when things change. That's the blessing of using your intuition, is like you're able to kind of pick up when the energy changes and why. Ooh. Yeah, so it's like if you're in a position where people are manipulating you to feel in grief about how you care for yourself, you know, or make you feel like, well, fuck, like, you know what I mean? Don't let them do that. They're under judgment for treating you like that. They're under judgment for treating you like that. And there are people who are so obsessive. It also kind of it plays in with everything else. Colorism, people who feel like lighter skinned folks should be more admired. They don't want the deep cocoa to be seen as beautiful. Poison. There's many different situations to do so. But don't stab yourself in the heart of like, you see how in this Three of Swords, she's stabbing herself because of the swords that are already in her heart. So it's like this thing of blaming yourself. And that, you know, that's a part of the betrayal of like, damn, I'm just not on enough. I'm not on enough. And it's like, no, honey, no. Spirit wants me to go into these cards. You know, and it is. It's like, I feel like I'm also picking up an energy of like, if you want to sign to an industry, to like a music industry, to a record label, that sometimes before you're able to sign and people find out that someone wants to sign you, they'll attack you before you get there. because it's a process to get there and it takes time. It's like if other people know, oh, this is a new motherfucker they're trying to sign. Like, I don't want them to get up or do better than me. Before you can get there is when they're going to do some of these things. They may. See what I'm saying? Contract in reverse, no rest and no rejuvenation. Door to value in reverse. Because it's like they don't want you to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like then when you sign, you get that money that comes with signing. And I feel like this is a thing of like, it's not really easy. And for the folks who don't want to sign, because let's talk about that, the reality of how record labels can use you and abuse you, right? A lot of people don't want to sign. And so I feel like even that is a reason why this is happening more often too. It's just happening in general. Hold on, I'm getting something else from contract. Yeah, it's an injustice that there's no information about this with these books right here. And the scales upside down. There's no information about it. There's no rest and rejuvenation, no door to value. Yeah, and so it's harder when you are not in a position where you have a lot of money. Because again, it's like it causes you, in order to be safe, to get rid of that bacteria in some way. Another little tip, and this is the last one I'm going to give. I have more, but it's like I'm not going to put them all out. Boil certain things. For the beauty products, you can boil them and get them to a high enough temperature so that the bacteria will die. And look, I'm hearing little bitch. Like, it's like somebody is like, bitch, shut up, bitch. I'm telling you, the way folks play, shut up, bitch. This is for somebody who's mad I'm exposing this. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut your bitch ass, poisoning ass the fuck up. Sorry, y'all, but it's like, I'm done. People don't deserve this. People don't deserve to be sick. Little bitch. Okay, appreciation. People don't deserve to be fucking sick and dying for trying to live a life. Appreciation. Ancestors here. For somebody, this could have happened to an ancestor of yours. This is also giving me ancient energy of like ancestors way, way down the line who passed away from this. The way she's holding this handkerchief right here, it reminds me of people coughing in their handkerchief and holding it over their mouth. Back when folks were doing like the boof. That's not really a bouffant. I don't know what that's called. But you know, like the high tea energy is what it's giving, you know. Hey, we're having high tea. And then somebody put some shit in the tea. Or I'm even thinking of that movie, The Help, where she put shit in the pie because the person she works for is such a bitch, so she puts poop in the pie. Okay? Okay, and then walking away. So, walking away from envy will be successful. So getting the people who are envious, look at that, and then community next to that. The people who are envious of you for whatever it is you bring to the table, or just are combative in that way, removing yourself from them will definitely help, right? Like, you're living with somebody that does this, getting away from them is helpful. So you don't have to always play. It's very cat and mouse. Just like every day, chase, 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 chase. Wow. You know, it's like, I have seen so many people, like when I think about me seeing other folks' mouths, I pay attention to details, honestly. Um, I don't even want to say, when I was saying Chase, it's like I knew somebody with that name, and I remember them having, like, their mouth was like this. A couple of friends I had, I feel like dancers often do this to each other, just like in the dance community of, like, you know, even in college, or if you're a professional dancer or you dance like in some sort of community, there can be a little bit of that, and not all, but the angel of, have the courage, door to spirit, have the courage to listen. Yeah, so somebody may be dealing with a man that is doing this to them, and then not wanting to see the deceit, either not having time to think about the deceit, the thinking woman, and not having the knowledge, or feeling like they want to look away from what their intuition is telling them. Look how this man is holding on to this. And there's a Kali Ma in the Kali Ma deck. There is a card that talks about eating rotten food. So it's like, this is not new, but it's kind of it's this like secretive thing. Very Scorpio, very Scorpio-esque. But for somebody, it's like, if you're a feminine and I was seeing like somebody is turning away from what their intuition is telling them about some deceit, and Spirit wants you to have the courage to trust your intuition right now, and to be in this lion energy of like, ooh, scout it out, look out for it. Yeah, because it's like this kind of backwards man that doesn't really support you or like you, wants to bring you these hostilities. It's not romantic. It's not romantic. It's like, some folks like to, you know, people like to trick and use the idea of romance as a way to get closer to somebody so that they can then do this to you, right? It's like, if they've never been in your home before, they gotta find a way to get into the home. Sometimes they'll pair up with women who want them to do this, act like they really, really want to be around you just to get in your home, so that then they can do this and then run back to these other bitches. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And something about not a through street. I don't really know what that is. Not a through street. Not a through street. So not something you can drive through. Not something you can drive through. Yeah. And then so I'm picking up this thing. Somebody's trying to say to me, like, somebody in my energy is trying to say, oh, like, we're not in balance if you keep talking about this. And I'm just kind of like, bitch, I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be sick. And I don't want to see people who don't deserve to be sick and be vomiting and Okay? I don't want to see that. 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 Look, and it's like the people who are doing this don't have financial constraints. That's why there's this greedy energy into it. In some cases, it's like these people have money already and they just don't want you to get to yours. They don't want you to get to your destiny. So while they're sitting there comfy as a motherfucker on their little expensive shit, they're watching you get sick and bribing people that they know is around you to make you sick. And that's why, another reason why I have a very hard time being quiet about it. And that's what the whole thing about the Wizard of Oz, that person that you want to get to, who you feel like can help you or that you admire for what they've done or for their achievements, could be, not in every case, but very well could be, when you lift up that veil. Is the death card out here? If you've ever seen this card in this deck, when you lift that veil up, it's them behind there, sitting on their fucking couch in their underwear, giving somebody a call about, can you go and do this today? It's sick, literally and figuratively. Look, and I opened it right up to the death card. Look, this is this card. When you pull that veil back, someone's behind it. And it's like, because you know in the Wizard of Oz, it's like when they finally figure out who it is, it's just this kind of hot-ass mess man who has issues just like everybody else. But that's the person you're going to see, hoping they're going to give you the answers to get home. No, sugar. They don't know either. And it's likely that they went through it before they got there. Anyways, to be honest. So there's something about freeing yourself. Ooh. Look, the envy's being covered up. Boo. Boo. But anyways. Oh, the Ace of... Whoever was envious lost the opportunity to be doing this. Why is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse? Boo. Beep, 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 boop, beep. Beep, 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 boop, bop. Something about, so technology plays a big part in it, because it's like, that's when the tracking comes in. People do a lot. I'm telling you, people do a lot. I'm telling you, folks will go up, do a lot. Tracking and hacking has a lot to do with it, because that's how they know who you talk to, who you text on the regular, who your friends are, who's around you, where you're going, if they can track your car. Okay? And it's easier than you think. Like, it's like hacking is not hard. Hacking is not hard at this point. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people go to technical school or whatever, and then once they have that those studies in technology, then they know exactly how to do it, how to break through. Okay, so here's the Eight of Swords. It's like it went away. So the Ace of, yeah. So someone is free from this, or is freeing themselves from this. I'm feeling like there's also this kind of thing of, I'm noticing like the dirt around the fingernails of this thumb. For some folks, it's like some folks don't really have a problem being less shiny, right? Like for some people, I feel like it's this energy of like, well, as long as I can feel good on the inside, if I'm a little rusty here, rugged here, like that's just the reality of it, and I don't have a problem with that, right? And so that makes the greedy, pretty bitches happy who do this. And then it's like, you don't have to worry. For me, like, that's not really what I'm on. Like, as far as clothes, I'm not as pressed if it's a little stained or, you know, whatever. But it's like, I just don't really like to fuck around with the skin. That's me. But, this envious energy, it could be that me revealing this, like somebody who's kind of circling around me is now, you know, wanting to shame me for speaking this. But I just kind of feel like sometimes the right time to, is sometimes like you don't believe it's the right time, and it's actually the time that it needs to be spoken about, and it'll be acknowledged at some point. Right at 5:44, that's truth. Amen. Verified. So it's like sometimes it can be scary, but it's just kind of like it needs to be talked about. So I don't know. But this envious energy, it's a boop. It's a boop. So the Knight of Wands popped out here. Look, grabbing the fucking bull by its... Look, do you see this little sheep right here? Looking tired and exhausted right here? That's the energy. That's the energy. And another thing I'll say, like, there was a time I literally was in the bed, like, sick as fuck. Trying to heal from what I couldn't understand I'm trying to heal from. Okay? So it's like, only you can be the judge. You have to know your body. But it's like, this is the person, look, right? Just like doing the most. I don't know why their legs are all cut up. It can even cause like leg infection. And you know what? I had that as well at one point. Looking back, I had this and I thought it was because of some medicine I was taking. It wasn't. Look, like, I feel like it's not a coincidence that this little sheep looks so like thin and its eyes are like they're exhausted. Yes. So whoever's taking this action towards you, like, it will end. It will end. It will end. But someone's trying to take it in secret. Because they're trying to do it in secret. They don't know what else to do. Because it's like they can't imagine you doing what you dream of doing, or being in the public eye, or doing something that where people really support you. Look at this 3 of Pentacles. You see these folks behind, like, look at this bitch. What the fuck is she fucking doing looking happy and performing and shit? Like, it's like seriously out of spite. Out of spite. And then you're in this energy, like, la, 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 la. You know, just doing what you like to do, dealing with all of the other difficulties that come with performing. Like, it's already not easy, but then it's like, now I have thrush, bitch. No. So it's like somebody cannot imagine, like, someone is just irks their whole spirit to imagine you like in shape and out there doing the damn thing. It just really irks somebody. They don't know what to do. 2 of Swords, 3 of Cups, seeing you celebrating, it literally breaks their heart. It's like, if you don't get a damn life, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And it's like, there's kind of like, there, with the Hermit in reverse, there's a psychotic nature to that. There's a psychotic nature to like celebrate by doing this to somebody. You know what I mean? Really, seriously, seriously. Whew. But they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. I'm not going to say that, like, I don't want to say that it will completely stop, because I just feel like it's an easy thing to do. I feel like that's why people do it, which is really what I was saying in the beginning, you know. But someone is defeated though. Like, I feel like it's like somebody is people know already. There's something about it being known. There's something about it being known. Oh, this is amazing. I'm like, ooh. Something about that. Flipping something over or realizing something. Ooh. You are rooted in freedom. Your ancestors are rooting you in freedom. I feel like it's like you're crazy for your freedom. And I feel that. That's very much so the spiritual warrior way. Like, it's like oh, like not taking opportunities, duh. So this is like not taking opportunities from people that you may assume are doing this or want to do this in order for your freedom. Because it's like, you know, for some folks, it's just like, I can't not be free. Like, it's like, I just can't. And so it's like, there are things that I have to do and things I may have to put up with and deal with in order to find that freedom. Like, it's like, you know, everybody has something different that feels like a purpose, you know, feels like a calling, or just, I don't know. It even feels honestly like some ancestors saying, like, you know, don't let this get you. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, we don't do this. We're not about to let this happen. And it's just like when people are not aware, and like when your body starts to break down like that and you don't know what's happening, it's scary. It's confusing. Yeah, but it's like, it's not, I don't know, it's not over. I mean, it's like, see what I'm saying? It's like someone is defeated, but that doesn't mean that everybody who does this is. I'm saying something about holes in clothes because I have some holes in my pants. I don't know. It's like, if you're really not if you're not afraid to let motherfuckers know, you know, like, what is it? I am ugly and I'm proud. Not saying that you're ugly, but it's this thing of kind of like, folks will take other approaches. Like, this is sometimes can be how gang stalking works too. Take other approaches, want to cut your clothes up or do little silly shit like that. So just so that you look tattered. And in that case, you might just be like, and bitch, like, so, you know what I mean? I'm feeling that. I'm tattered and I'm proud. I'm tattered and I'm proud. And then I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the something about this right here. I don't know. That's something that is like resonating. Like feeling like it's only a little bit of good energy for not taking some offer, because then it's like, this is going on. Tell me about that. The Tower, fear and suffering, the lack of resources, or yeah, it being too much. And so I feel like it can also be a thing of of not wanting to go towards your goals, because you know that these kind of things happen and it's just too extreme. It feels like it's too extreme to be dealing with. So it's like wanting to kind of give up. But and this is where it can get fucked up too, because it's sometimes I feel like the industry will summon you. The entertainment industry will summon you even when it's not what you want. Like I think about just other artists that I hear, not everybody makes it not signing, like it's like I feel like for some folks it takes a long time, and then there's this excess that goes with it. And then kind of needing to get support from outside sources to deal with it, because it's like they won't stop. They won't stop. Like it's this energy of like they don't want to let it go. And then justice underneath. Okay, so they don't want to let it go, even when they know that you're seeing clearly. So that's why it can be difficult. And so that's why then you have to kind of rely on your own ways of healing, right? I mean, it's like nobody can stop you from taking a shot. Nobody can stop you from putting some Aztec clay in your drink. You can make it a daily thing. But it doesn't mean that they're going to stop, and it doesn't mean that they won't go to higher lengths to do so. Be careful when you go to coffee shops and things like that, because with the bribing, they can bribe a barista. The barista knows you already, has seen your face. They show you what they look like. Like, I know how it sounds so crazy, and like, who has time? Who wouldn't? These are the folks that absolutely have the time, the money and the time. And so there's this grief, there's this grief in it. And so I think I'll end it here by saying, because this is something that I have been dealing with, that, there are people right now who have been doing this to me, who are then expecting me at some point to be coming out to work with them. But it's going to continue when I get there. And that's why I've been wanting to deny that opportunity. But it's like, it's also happening here where I'm currently living. So it's this thing of like kind of caught in between a rock and a hard place, and just trying to make do the best that I can. But it's like, it's just something that's just unfair. Like, it's like, if you want to compete, make it about your talents. Do you have it? That should be enough. Like, it shouldn't be like this backhanded, sick, disgusting thing. Like, it really, like, it hurts me to know about this. But I want to say that just as a disclaimer, because I have this feeling that as I'm talking about these things, there may be a time where someone is going to be coming for me about who I am, about the way that I eat, because of something else that happened to me a little while ago, talking about the way that I eat, the things that I do, and like how I'm weak for not wanting a certain opportunity. That's what I'm picking up. And so I kind of just want to say that it's like, this is what's behind that. This is what's behind that. This is what's behind that. And it hasn't been hard, and it's not that I don't want to perform, honestly. Like, performing was the first thing I really wanted to do in my life. But it's like, it's like, can you imagine putting up with this for like 10 years already? And then knowing you're going to another place where you have to do this, because it's exhausting. It's exhausting when It's exhausting when you know, and then it can be sad when you don't know. So I don't know. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling like, you know what? How many people are really like, some people really, really have their health in check. And then some people, it's like, how many of us are honestly like eating cookies and burritos and like soda sometimes, and then we balance it out the way we need to balance it, right? Like I feel like somebody wants to come for me for how I eat to cover up that they've been doing this. And so I'm anticipating that and not really knowing what to do. Like I really don't know what to do, and I just feel like these folks just, there's animosity already, and there has been and even like them using an opportunity to put me deeper in this hole. I don't know. And then like the person who's doing this is also hiding right now. One of the people who's doing this is also hiding right now. Yeah, see? The Six of Wands, the Star. So, for you, I feel like this is going back to you. I'm seeing success. I'm seeing health. I'm seeing you holding like the soft parts of yourself that are a bit like afraid of this. And still going towards your dream and what matters to you. This man is ripped. So I'm feeling like health is still, you know, definitely available to you. And you have a lot of wisdom, so you'll be able to dip your toe in something about dipping a toe. And I'm seeing that even in the light and in the dark, there's hope. So this is good. Be calm, be calm, be calm. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God, and thank you, Spirit, for that message. Be calm, be calm. I'm also getting an energy of this being very detailed, right? But it's detailed. Like, it's like, well, like, isn't there always a little bit of bacteria and things, right? But it's like for someone to purposely add it over and over and over again over a long period of time. Baba Yaga energy, mortar and pestle. You know. It's just messed up. But you can find hope. Like, don't lose hope and don't feel like it's completely just like gonna destroy you, especially if you know, because it won't. It won't. It won't. And I'm almost picking up, see, I don't know. I'm just noticing how everyone is fit in this. Of like, she's real fit, waistline is nice, he is as well. It's like it can also make you lose weight, to be honest, but with the star here, I don't know. You take it how you want to take it with that. But outside of that, I'm also seeing success and hope in what you're planning. So whatever it is you're planning, whatever it is that you turn down, whatever it is, know that you're on the right path. You're on the right path. And then also look out, if there was a hair in your water and you didn't know where it came from or how it got there, could be that. And then it's like if somebody around you got angry or like, why do you care? Like, stop worrying about it. It's not that big of a deal. It could be because they did it or they asked the person who's bringing you the water to do it. And that's why also, when you walk away from your food or, you leave something out, keep an eye out for it. Okay. The immature folk just won't let it go. Child, okay. And I don't want to let my life go. So what are we going to do? And also, I feel like there are people who are assuming I'm doing tarot as a diversion to performing. I like tarot. And tarot saved my life more than once from a few different situations and things. So it's like I like doing this and I like helping other people. And sometimes it's like performing is kind of what feels more fun for me and more of like, I want to perform because I want to make connections or I want to do this or I want to do that, or like this feels like purpose while performance feels like kind of like creative chakra energy, like just a way to create, a way to have fun, a way to connect with other people and to grow the craft. But it's like when it comes to purpose, this matters to me. And I know other readers that I've watched have also really helped me change my life and save me. So it's like I want to be able to do that and talk about these things, because it's like otherwise it's like, who's going to tell you? Who's going to tell you? Who's going to tell you? Who is going to tell you? It's like I can't sit here. I can't be quiet. I cannot be quiet. And so sometimes it's like that's the feeling of needing to walk away from certain things. Like it's like I'd rather build it from the ground up and do this, what matters to me, than like be put in a situation where like maybe not everyone is wanting to do this, right? And that's another thing, like it's not like the entire community who's surrounding you is doing it, but it's like it puts you in a place where some may try. It can. All right. The Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. Be patient. Something about being... People are still gathering information about something as well. Kind of like slowly. Seven of Pentacles is kind of like a slow thing, but the fire is building on the information that's being gathered. I feel like that's why something is gonna have to come to an end. I'm picking up this thing of like somebody wanting to see you eat a certain kind of food out of spite, kind of, or like just wanting to see you do something. Or acting like that's the only way, or like that's why you're not successful. And that's kind of what I was saying. And it's like, I'll be honest with you, like my eating habits, I have a very picky palate, okay? And I have been eating like this for a long time, but I haven't had thrush that entire time. And the way thrush pops up is always like out of nowhere and very quickly, and then it goes away. It has never, I have not lived with thrush my whole life. I have not been sick like that my whole life. Like, it's not that kind of thing. It's not that kind of thing. So that's how I knew initially, like, wait a minute. If in high school and in middle school and in this and in that, I've been eating burritos and cheese and all this stuff, right? I didn't have thrush then. I didn't always have thrush. So it's just like, that's how I knew. That's how I started to kind of realize, like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it wouldn't be that, like, today I eat a burrito, I get thrush. But last month I had 3 burritos and had no thrush. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, I have gone to the doctor. I have gotten blood work frequently. Like, frequently enough. We running out frequently. Like, somebody's on some shit frequently. So I feel like that's good. Defending that it needs to stop. I feel like someone is frequently learning about this or trying to gather information about this. Somebody needs to stop worrying about their abdomen or something, or like their abs, or I don't know. I've just seen this man is like ripped, but then the 4 of Swords in reverse. Like, there could kind of be like an obsession or even like a OCD type of thing that has developed from this situation. But it also feels like, I don't know, somebody who wants to fix this is very dedicated to doing so. And who also has their mouth hurting. Do you see that? You see the mouth and how it's hurting? Cuts on the inside of the mouth. And I feel like that's kind of when it can get worse, is when like the cuts on that, you're starting to have issues on the inside of the mouth, right? And like, you know, different than cavity, but can also cause cavities. You see how that's fucked up? You don't take good care of your teeth. That's why you have cavities. Meanwhile, it's because it's like you drank pee for the last 3 days. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And I'm sorry again if this is like your first time realizing. Like, I'm not trying to jar you or scar you. So it's like, I don't know, I'm expecting the diversion of like, it's just because you don't take care of yourself. But keep an eye out on who it is that's saying that. Keep an eye out on who it is that's saying that, and like what their profile picture is looking like, or does it look like it's like, it's just a letter. You know, when someone comments on a YouTube video and it's just a letter, the letter M as their picture, because it's somebody else who doesn't want their identity being shown talking shit because they know they do this to folk. Anything else here? So the negativity, like I'm picking up, it's like there's this negativity, and somebody who's like applying all that pressure and stuff. Somebody who's gonna try to apply the pressure. This whole thing of like, well, we just won't do it in excess, but I just don't want you to look better than me. Like, guys, I'm telling you, I'm sick of this fucking energy. I'm disgusted and I'm sick of the energy. And I just can't stand it. Like, it's like, for me, this is something that's worth tossing the whole shit in the trash. Like, what is the point of being around eating trash to participate in something? Like, that's just really how I feel. Like, what is the point? Like, I would rather, you know, it's like, I want my fucking health. I want to feel good. I don't want to be. Like, it's like, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. People don't deserve that. A dark path of finding a home type energy. A dark path of finding a home. You need somebody. So, Rue. The name Rue keeps coming through. Rue, 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 Rue. And every time when I see True, I see Rue. And so I don't know if it's like somebody, somebody gets called Rue, like their friends call them Rue because they look like Rue in Euphoria, or like the way that they present themselves, they get called Rue. Be discerning of some sort of war. It could be you that wants to cause the war. There's something about needing to be discerning of that. It's a dark fire because it's like there's new insights coming about this quicker than you're aware of. Like very quickly is what I'm hearing. So I feel like you're feeling like, okay, well, we're about to get this bitch. I don't know. But it's like you need to have some discernment of trying to take a dark path. And that your home fire is going to bring you light. So it's like sit around your comfy home fire and ask yourself. And I'm not saying Zendaya either. Like I'm talking about somebody whose like nickname is Rue. Or maybe real name is Rue. But it's like I'm getting like, it's like be cozy around the fire that your success has paid for. Let me pull some cards because I just feel like when I think about this shit, it makes me mad. I start wanting to roast folk. So. Yeah, so maybe not. Two of Cups. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Oof, this is deep, y'all, because something that's like fruit's not gonna fix it, dude. If somebody's putting shit in your something or pee in your something, it's like eating some grapes isn't gonna fix it. Like you need something that's gonna kill the bacteria, not just mix with the bacteria. That's just what I was getting with that. Because I'm seeing these grapes kind of pop through. Like somebody, if you just eat healthier, it's like you're acting like you don't understand the issue. But I'm feeling like something may come out about this and about, I'm just going to say Rue, and I'm going to leave it at that. I think. I notice it's like, I don't know. Tarot readers are always like, and that's all, y'all. I'm about to dip. I'm about to go. And then Spirit's like, we have a little bit more. It's like, it can be like, you know what I mean? Crazy to deliver some of these things. Just because it's like when you know that people get mad when you say these things, it's just, it can get scary. Okay. And there's another thing about, wanting to escape. Like if you have a lot of people, or like there's a lot of people doing this to you, if it's not going to stop, it doesn't mean that it's always the best thing to go somewhere you've never been before and you're not ready. So I want, for somebody, it's like you may feel like, okay, well, I've been wanting to leave my hometown. My hometown does not support me. So I need to just go ahead and try in a new place. I don't have a lot of money, but I can handle being homeless for a little while. Like I have my phone, I have this. There's something about needing to be careful with that, because these folks will follow you there, is what it feels like. Or that they can be aware that you went there if you're taking your technology with you. This isn't to dead end you, because I'm also feeling like very quickly something's coming out about this. But there's a thing of like, don't isolate, don't go to a place where then you don't know your surroundings, and you kind of have to rely on meeting new people and making new connections, because that can make it harder for you. You know what I mean? Of like, okay, well, now I gotta make a connection, but I get this person's number, somebody's hacking my phone already, they'll already bribe them before we're able to build a connection. And this is real shit, dude. This is real fucking shit. Alright? This is real shit. Like this is real shit. For real. So just be careful of just like, I gotta just start anew, because I don't know. Unfortunately, people just aren't always that nice, Like people will want to continue this. Yeah, like just not having patience for the journey, and like, I gotta just go now. I gotta go now. What can you say with that, spirit? Yeah. Oh, God. And it's always this thing, it's like, I know that folks are like mad they can't see my face right now because they want to be able to judge how healthy I am, and just wanting to act like nobody would do this. It's like, if people will murder, if people will hurt, if people will abuse, why will people not do this? Use your intuition, 7th chakra. It's like the things that we look, and then angel of love in reverse. People are not loving. Not everybody is loving. Not everybody moves with love. So it's like, I feel like there's an energy of like there being some smoke, and then the smoke being cleared. So it's people talking shit, and then kind of it being like, oh shit, like there's proof, or there's some sort of like actual proof. And you know how people, it's like they have to have like the news to tell them that it's true before they believe it. So it could be something like that, where it's like undeniable, or just that everyone will jump on the bandwagon because they put it out publicly. But I trust in spirit and the Most High and what my intuition is told, and it's like I know my own experience. So I mean, it's just like you tell somebody, hey, that food is rancid, don't eat it. watch out for folks who want you to eat things that are rancid, period. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to close it out for real. Yeah. So take care of yourself, okay? Aztec clay, or at least a shot. At least a shot. Be careful, like if you feel like you'll abuse the alcohol, Aztec clay in your water, in something. Juice, it's not going to be good in juice, but you know, it's just like very minerally and kind of rocky. It's a fine thing. It's very fine, but it's minerally. So in juice, it's going to taste like you put rocks in your juice. So you might not like the juice aspect. But I don't know what the squeaking tire sound is. Somebody's squeaking. Their tires are squeaking. I don't know. It's so weird. It's like sometimes, oh God. Let me make sure I get this video uploaded, to be honest. Seriously. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Okay, take care of yourself. Be well. And until next time, bye.